Welcome to Station 47, The Den. I'm Ryan.
I'm Jesse.
And I'm Scott.
And this is Station Saturday. Hi, well again, welcome to Station 47. We're just going to start here and I'll tell you a little bit about our ice bear and why we're called the Den and show you our patch ball that we're starting to create here at Station 47. So as you can see, our station logo here is what we call the ice bear and the Den. We started that, kind of our wives joked around about that we just kind of sit here in the AC and drink coffee and hang out, so we kind of got the bear cave idea. And then the Den, and then we originally started looking for a polar bear that was kind of grizzly and mean looking, and we kind of thought that was kind of like everybody else's logos, kind of a mean looking animal. So our firefighter, Jesse Lewis, had the idea of using the ice bear. He kind of had the story he was watching with his kids, and when he saw the ice bear, just thought it really resembled kind of what we were here at Station 47. So that's how we came with our bear. Some of the highlights of the ice bear is he's, tends to speak in third person, referring to himself as ice bear's possessions. He loves coffee, he loves working out. More than anything, he takes care of the people that he serves and his fellow firefighters. And he's very skilled, and as you can see, Ice Bear loves coffee. One thing we don't have on here is Ice Bear also loves pancakes, Kodiak cakes to be specific. So come on over, we'll show you the rest of the station. Here we have the firefighter's office. So where the firefighters keep up on their emails, their trainings, and just have a place to go and work on those things. Next door to them is the lieutenant's officer's quarters. He has his own personal little place to come in here and get his work and do his reports, take his morning meetings. Over here is kind of interesting. We have a picture of our original 3 shifts, A shift, B shift, and C shift. These are the guys that opened Station 47 in 2009, just about almost a year after the merge of South Metro and Parker Fire. Particularly, you'll hear maybe a little bit today about Mark Spiker and Brian Lindeman. These guys were very handy with tools and building things. We have a nice track around our station. You'll see that was all built by them. Over here on this wall, you can see we have our Station 47 and actually our whole district map. If you look on the map here, out east of Parker, you'll see Station 41 down East Parker Road, and you'll find us here on Tomahawk Station 47. We kind of cover this whole area right butted up next to Aurora, and then down to Station 41, part of these homes here, and out and around where we meet up with Station 43. One thing interesting about Station 47 is we're pretty much 90% unhydrated area. So whenever we go to these calls, we don't have our own water supply. We have to take it off the tank of our engine. We're probably in the bottom of call runs, and that makes probably a lot of people don't want to be out here because it's a little too slow. But I would say that most of our calls have a lot higher acuity. So the medical calls we go on usually are a little more serious. As far as fires, anytime we get fires out here, our next in due is Station 41. If they're in quarters, that gives us a good 5 to 6 minutes where we're running that fire by ourselves with a crew of 3. If 41 happens to be out of service or they're on another call, there's been fires we've been up by ourselves for up to like 15 minutes. So we really enjoy that challenge.
All right, I'm going to show you the rest of the station, our living quarters, where we spend the rest of our time during our 48-hour shift. So right here we have the day room. This is where we spend a lot of our downtime in the evening. So after we have dinner and it's pretty quiet, we don't have any calls, we'll go ahead and we'll maybe watch a movie. We also like to keep a lot of mobility stuff out. So we have some mats and some rollers. So we'll do some stretching and actually take care of our mobility while we're actually watching TV. So it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. But that's kind of where we have our downtime in the evening. Onto the kitchen. This station is really compact. It's a pretty efficient station. So it's really kind of in one little horseshoe, and it's hard to get away from each other, which I really like about it, because then everybody's together. And there's not very many people here. There's only 3 that we have. It's a 3-person engine that we have. So it keeps us a lot closer, which is nice, so we can't get lost and be like, hey, where did Lieutenant go for the day? It's really nice that the station has everything really close to each other. So our kitchen here, as you can see, it's all runs together, so we can actually watch TV while we're eating dinner. Some stations have TV trays, but we don't even need that because our station right here, obviously we can watch TV while we're doing that. The kitchen, as you can see here, we have 3 refrigerators because we have 3 shifts. So when we're here for 48 hours, we load it up with food, and one person is designated to cook each night. That's how we break up our food on that. To go on to the theme with Ice Bear, we like our coffee, and thanks to Todd Bramer, he donated this awesome coffee machine, which goes along with the Ice Bear, and he loves coffee theme. So we almost have our little own barista Starbucks set up over here. One thing that the station has is a pretty amazing balcony out here that I'll go ahead and show you right now, which has some pretty incredible views actually. So from here, we can grill out here, we can use the Traeger out here, and while we're doing that, we get these amazing views. And every day, it's pretty unusual actually not to have deer walking by or some sort of critters, coyotes or something running by. So it's pretty incredible to be able to have this view while you're at work. It kind of feels like we're a little away from the city actually, even though we all live in the city. So then over here on the other side, pan over here, got a little sitting area where a lot of the guys, especially on the other shifts, they like to come out here in the morning, have their coffee. And I haven't seen anybody use this fire pit over here before, but this has been in here since the station was here. The station's only, I think, about 13 years old, so it hasn't been here very long. So we've got some nice amenities here for sure. But that's about it for out here. And then we'll talk more about the track and the stuff later on. All right, follow me this way. We're going to go back to the rest of the bunk rooms and bathrooms back here. Here's one of our restrooms. This is the public restroom. So when somebody comes to stop by and say, hey, can I use your restroom? A police officer sometimes stop by. They'll use this restroom here. Got our laundry room here, and this is for our bath towels and kitchen towels so that we keep the contaminants away. We're not doing a combination with the truck towels or any of our COVID coveralls or anything like that. And this is just going to do a little loop right here. We got a cleaning closet right in here. It's pretty funny actually sometimes when people come here and like, hey, is this a joke? There's no bed in this room. We actually have Murphy beds. So these pull down and we can actually flip these down and turn into a bed. So I'll just give you a little demo on that. Which actually I don't even think there's any other station that has this feature. So this is kind of unique, and we have 3. So most people leave their stuff set up so when they come in, then they don't have to make their bed each time. I'll show you my room next, since I'm giving the tour here. So I got this all set up. One thing I wanted to kind of point out is that everybody has their own locker here. I kind of try to make mine special, and I think a lot of people do too. That I put pictures of my family and my kids here since we're here for 48 hours. It's kind of something just that I can see at night when I don't have them to be here to hang out with them. Like, hey, I can check out my kids in the pictures in my closet and remind me of home, and kind of brings a little piece of home here, so it's pretty nice. Then we have desks in each room, which is really nice. So if we need to get on our computers or do any work, then we can do that in here as well. Follow me back this way. Next, I'll show you the officers' quarters. Follow me in here. So he also has his own desk in here. He's got his Murphy bed that comes down, and then also has his own bathroom in here too. His lights are... And there's one more bathroom. This is pretty much identical setup on the other side too. So there's 2 bedrooms and then another bathroom that the firefighter engineer will share on that side as well. So follow me this way. Down here we have 2 more bedrooms. Same thing with the Murphy bed setup, and another bathroom that these rooms will actually share. And you'll notice that we actually have more bedrooms than we do firefighters right now. And the reason why that is so that when we go up to a 4-person engine, then we'll have enough bedrooms to accommodate that. And then also sometimes we have severe storms or things like that. People come in the night before and they might actually spend the night here, so there's a place for them to crash. So we can prepare for those storms and the inclement weather, so we can be prepared for that. So, all right, I got one more thing to show you, which is the gym out here in the bay. Follow me. So this is our fitness area, and it's pretty compact. We have everything in here. Some of the other stations have their cardio broken up to their weight, but we're really fortunate, all of it's right here, and it actually leads out to the bay. So if we want to do some other stuff out there and need more space, like jumping rope, there's a rope climb out there, and there's also like a GHD and some battle ropes, lots of stuff. We're really fortunate. We have everything we need. We've got strength over here. We've got the cardio equipment. We've got the treadmills, rowers. Nice thing is that when we do work out together, and we can rotate through here and put our workouts together, and it's a lot of fun. And being a slower station, like Lieutenant Lilienthal mentioned earlier, one of the advantages of that is not running as many calls. We can really work on our fitness and really make sure we're 100% prepared for those calls where we might be by ourselves for 7, 8, 9 minutes by ourselves. We have to really be prepared for that. So, but that's about it. We're really fortunate to have all this equipment. That's one thing we like to do is work out here and take advantage of that. And that's all I have for you. I'm gonna pass it on to Scott next to go over the bay and the engines and stuff.
Well, welcome to Station 47's Apparatus Bay. This is our brand new 3 days in service engine 47. Let's take a look. So this is a Pierce Velocity chassis. It's got a 1,000 gallon tank on it, and it has a 1,500 gallon per minute pump. We're an outlying station, so we have a little bit more equipment than some of our interior engines. For our engine, we'll have, instead of a combo spreader cutter, we have 2 separate units. That way we can both get to work. Like Jesse was saying earlier, sometimes we're out here on our own for a little while. Hence the reason we have the 1,000 gallon capacity as opposed to the 750 like some of the interior engines. We have a full complement of medical equipment on here. We have a RIT pack on here. A lot of the other engines don't. We also have capacity for a fan, whereas some of the other engines don't have that anymore. Those are more reliant on towers to do that. Yeah, so that's kind of the new rig we have. We're excited to have it, and it's pretty. So over here we have our brush truck. This is a 2002 F550. It's got a 400 gallon tank on it. It's got foam, and it is a 125 GPM pump on it. This is for brush fires, wildland fires that we can go on. This isn't one of our deployable rigs because it is a little bit older, and we have a lot newer stuff that gets deployed for our special team. But this does a phenomenal job getting off-road. It's light, it's maneuverable, and we can get a lot of work done with it. So also in the bay, we have attached several storage rooms. So over here we have our tool room where we can work on certain projects. We keep cleaning supplies in here, just different things. That way, if something breaks, we can try and take care of it ourselves. We have our bunker gear storage room so that it's out of the way. It tries to stay cleaner in this little area here. This little storage area is for washing. Now this isn't our uniforms. We'll use this for brush gear. We'll use these washer and dryer for our coveralls that we use for medical calls. And you know, when we wash the rig, we'll dry it, and we'll wash and dry in here. We also have some extra hose, chains for when it's winter time. We'll keep our chains here that we're not on the rig itself.
All right, so one thing I know that no other station has is we have a running track and obstacle course that goes around the entire loop of our station. So we have a pretty good sized property out here, and the running track actually goes 0.33 miles. So, and along the way, we're gonna actually do the run with you. Along the way, there's, I think, maybe 4 or 5 obstacles that we'll have the rest of the crew go through, and we'll show you what it looks like. But one thing, like I said about being out here, is that we can take advantage of what we have. And not only is it really nice out here, it's a beautiful area, but this land right here we can run around on is something that's extremely unique, and we can do that on a regular basis when the weather's good. So follow us, we're gonna go on this journey. So this is one of the obstacle courses, the sit-up machine. And if you look at how these things are built, actually there's a crew, it was C-shift back when the station was opened. So I guess it was like 13 years ago. There's Brian Lindemann, he's an engineer, and Lieutenant Spiker, he's actually retired right now. Brian Lindemann's over at 41s. But they, with the fitness team actually paid for the materials, but they went ahead and built all of these by hand. So they sunk the posts, they built everything. So as we're going along, you'll get to see what they actually built. But this is the first one, so this is the sit-up one. Next one, just right behind me over here, there's a ladder raise. We go around to the top. There's gonna be a pull-up up on the hill. So it's pretty cool that you can do the run out here and stop and do some exercise as well.
Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my hands. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
So this is our last obstacle. It's just a ladder that runs across. This one's actually pretty good on the grip here. And then it finishes it up off the hill, and that's 0.33 of a mile. And if you want to do a little more, just do a couple more of them.
All right, here we are with the magic bag. Let's see what station's next.
I get to read it. Very exciting. Station 43.